So in the same way, we saw digital transformation come into retail banking, and we saw the creation of the core banking systems, neobank, that now we can basically create neobank in less than 8 months. We saw many fintechs come in, and they're having a big impact. Why? Because the retail banks and all this new technology, they didn't need to change the legacy system. So basically, they just plug a layer on top of their legacy system, which is easy, and it can be plugged to any other providers or fintech or new service providers. And this is what made all this disruption in terms of digital transformation. And we have many examples like DBS that changed that in less than 18 months, all their infrastructures without changing their legacy system, because legacy systems, it costs billions, and it's not something that you can change from day just in few days. Basically, it will cost a lot of money, and no one will want to do it. Now, in terms of investment banking and investment infrastructures, it's also, there are a lot of, it's heavy legacy systems, many different systems in the same department, which is super complicated. But the fact that I believe that blockchain, it can act also as one of the pillar of the digital transformation of these investment bank or financial traditional financial institutions, in the same way that we are seeing it in DeFi. So I see DeFi projects in the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, that will act exactly like what we are seeing in fintech, in the banking industry. We will see projects that will be able to plug to the layer on top of legacy systems. It could be completely decentralized, where we will have banks connecting between them, creating consortium, and we'll see more and more offers, which mean more and more service for the bank's clients and traditional finance clients, but also like cutting costs, increase revenue stream, having for wealth manager high assets under management, and thanks to this technology, they don't need to support the risk of the balance sheet. And I think this is something super important. So yeah, this is how we see the digital transformation of this the capital market and investment industry that can go through this DeFi technology, which is at its infancy now, but it's going so fast that we cannot ignore it.
I mean, indeed, what the payment revolution and what blockchain revolution has done is actually put fire under the feet of retail banks, but also investment banks and also central banks, right? So we've seen what the payment revolution has done in retail with new banks popping out every year almost, which sort of pushed retail banks to modernize their infrastructure. The same thing with blockchain. We saw it at JP Morgan. JP Morgan has or was one of the first blockchain teams on the street, and we have now the JP Morgan coin that allows a transfer between different entities of JP Morgan, instantaneous transfer between different entities of JP Morgan, which usually would have taken 2 to 3 days. So indeed, we see that decentralized finance is only going to push investment banks to innovate more. And proof is, investment banks now are hiring more and more tech people. So the IT teams, who usually were very small and maybe irrelevant compared to the bigger picture, are now a core part of what an investment bank is.